more newspaper on the ground. Newspapers are scattered all over the walls and floor. There seems to be nothing of interest. But this one has today's date. That's kind of strange. You think, James? You delusional bastard? And we just see more and more newspaper the closer we get.
Are you okay? Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like you always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
So, this room is a recreation of Angela's physical and sexual abuse that she suffered at the hands of her own father. This is Angela's Silent Hill. From the fleshy walls and floors to the holes with the thrusting pistons, the symbolism is pretty obvious. There's a small television, I guess indicating that this was a room where these disgusting events frequently happened. Listen to the sounds it makes as we walk. And she referred to this creature here as Daddy. This enemy is actually called Abstract Daddy, and it's a large figure lying on top of a smaller figure. And below that is some type of board. Just another manifestation of Angela's sexual abuse. Easily one of the most disturbing rooms in the house and saddest moments in the game. And that's not the last we see of Angela. Oh, and there's actually a detail that I forgot. When Angela leaves the room here, in the cutscene, on the outside is this room with the thrusting pistons and everything. But when we leave, it looks normal. It's just the newspapers. That's a really fucked up detail, man. Angela's Silent Hill follows her around. And that's something that you can only pick up on in the PS2 version. I'm almost positive. All this newspaper. All the guilt. And since they have today's date, we can deduce that she recently killed her father. It's just now coming out in the papers. But as I was saying, that's not the last we see of Angela. And if you thought that was disturbing and sad, unfortunately, her story does not get better. And in here we have 6 floating bodies. Really bizarre. And if we examine it closely, his face is covered with a piece of paper. There's something written on it. This man was hung for the crime of swindling. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hung for the crime of kidnapping. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hung for the crime of embezzlement. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hung for the crime of bodily injury. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hung for the crime of murder. Justice and revenge have been served. This man was hung for the crime of counterfeiting. Justice and revenge have been served. So this is only the first part of the puzzle. We can't do anything with this just yet. You can't turn the handle unless you first remove the handcuffs. So we need to lift this gate. And through here, we find the second part of the puzzle. In the first room, 6 floating bodies. And in this one, 6 nooses that belong to those bodies. Very bizarre. I do not wish to die, but tomorrow I will climb the 13 steps. Please, someone, answer me. Why must I die come the morning? The man imprisoned beside me believed me, because they're all insane. That's why, he said. Of course I know his opinion will change nothing. Now you know why I struck out at them, he muttered. The man who was executed yesterday, the one who had said his job was to sell dreams, said that was not true. But the man who is to be executed the day after tomorrow for stealing children shouted back that it was true. The man who was hung today did not answer. They'll kill me either way, he said. He was caught embezzling public money, so he hasn't any hope for mercy. The man who is always quietly smiling to himself said, I am happy, for I will soon be with her. I do not wish to die. I long only to return home, but I know it is not to be. Though I have done nothing, this crime has been thrust upon me. Someone save me. This is not judgment. They are bloodthirsty, and I am their sacrificial lamb. Pull ye but once on a rope's frayed end. Go and return, and the error be mended. Beware ye though the punishment sended. Only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull on a criminal's rope, and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. So we need to find the innocent man. And on hard difficulty, which is what we're on right now, the answer is always the counterfeiter. The answer is different on easy and normal, and extra for that matter. And of all the puzzles, this one is pretty easy to figure out. The passage that we just read gives us all the clues we need. And we're going to go ahead and pull on the counterfeiter's rope here. But of all the descriptions in the passage, the one that I find to be the most vague is the one that belongs to the murderer, which goes something like, this man was quietly smiling because he was happy to know that he would soon be with her. That description belongs to the murderer. And the one at the very end, the guy that's professing his innocence, that's our counterfeiter. And now his body is gone. And in its place, I got the key of the persecuted. Okay. So now we can proceed past that gate. And let's go ahead and check this out. We actually can't examine this one. All right. Let's undo those cuffs. One of my favorite parts of the game coming up.
Maria? Maria? Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why? Mary.
An indoor graveyard. An epitaph is inscribed here. This felon drank one last bottle of ale before he was executed and laid here to his eternal rest. It's moments like these you just can't talk over. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Miriam K. Traitor. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Walter Sullivan. Three unfilled graves. Eddie Dombrowski. Angela Orozco. James Sunderland. Will you jump into your own grave? Not yet.